Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Olaleke Olapar and I'm a senior Microsoft Dynamics functional consultant and also the head of technology at 1691 Tech Solutions. And in today's video, I'm going to be guiding you through the roadmap of earning your first Microsoft Dynamics CRM certificate, and that is the MB-910, which is the CRM Fundamentals. So let's get into it. So guiding you through this journey, this certification journey, we are going to be making use of the Microsoft Learn platform, which is a free platform to access and has the documentation and certification guide on every Microsoft platform that you need to have access to or want to learn. You can easily do that by Google searching Microsoft Learn. I have it open in my previous browser, and I'll be adding this link in the description box below. But to guide you easily, you can just go to Microsoft Learn or Google it out. Learn. And fine, I've already, asked for the Dynamics training certification. So you can easily just add Microsoft Learn and concatenate it with whatever Microsoft solution you're looking at. Instantly, you're going to get an instant link to that particular application. So let's go into this. Now, when you have access to the Microsoft Learn for Dynamics 365, you'll be posed with this page. At a glance, we understand this is a beginner level, and for this particular certification journey, this journey is tailored to capture those who don't have any certification experience in Microsoft or don't know how to transition into tech and looking for a particular solution to have understanding about. If you're a sales support or you're a marketing person or customer service support, this training is actually for you. So we're going to be going through various modules, and when you're preparing for this particular 365 Dynamics 365 Fundamentals exam, CRM specifically, we're going to be using this training course here, this training guide here. Using this training guide, we can see that we have about 5 modules, and each of those modules have their learning parts and their different units. So the first module, we're going to be understanding the core capabilities of Microsoft Dynamics D365 customer engagement applications. And just for your information, in this video, when I mention D365 or MD365, you should understand that I'm talking about the Microsoft Dynamics 365, and you should get accustomed with these particular terminologies because these are terminologies that consultants use, and you should get familiar with it. So we're going to understand what is Microsoft Dynamics 365, the use cases, the different app modules that make up Microsoft Dynamics 365, possible knowledge checks that are going to come up in your examinations, pardon me, or in your certification exams, basically. Now let's check the first link, which says the core capabilities of Dynamics 365. And in this particular tutorial journey, it's going to be tailored into series, and I'm going to be giving us use case examples on how we can best understand this. So we're going to be avoiding a whole lot of content on the page and a whole lot of grammar, basically. So for this particular series, we'll be starting with the introduction, understanding what CRM is, which is the customer relationship management. We are going to be also describing what Power Platform is, what are D365 customer engagement applications. We're going to be having use cases and the likes, as we can see in this overview of the module, to understand the Dynamics 365 customer engagement application. So let's start with the introduction. Now, so we should understand that Dynamics 365 are actually like applications built intelligently, and these are actually business applications that sits on Power Platforms, right? And they are designed for various sectors and industries. So basically helps organizations more effectively to engage with their customers. The sales and customer insights applications help identify sales prospects and turn them into long-lasting relationships. So just like you have the sales life cycle, where you have to get a lead and make that lead a customer. Now, We are posed with understanding that the sales life cycle starts from capturing your lead. So how you capture your lead, is it when you go on site? Is it when you go for an event or a seminar? When you get those leads, what are the metrics you use to measure in qualifying these leads to become an opportunity? And for a lead to become an opportunity, it actually means that that particular lead is interested. Now, when a lead is qualified to be an opportunity, that doesn't mean that lead is going to become a customer, basically, or that doesn't mean that opportunity is going to be won. We can get to the opportunity stage and we just discover that this particular lead is not interested, or this particular opportunity is not going to be closed as a one deal. So we're going to get into more details to understand the sales life cycle, capturing leads, and we're going to understand the different features available in these particular applications. I'm also going to be sharing my environment as well as we come up with this naming conventions or these features that are going to be detailed in this guide. I'm going to be showing you practically in my application. It's called a sandbox. You can actually get a sandbox application for free. All you need is a work email. So I'm going to be adding that link also in the description box below. So, and I'm going to be doing a video also on how to get a test environment basically for anybody interested in just exploring the features of Microsoft Dynamics 365. Now, in this particular module, the objectives are to describe the use case of Dynamics 365, how Microsoft Power Platform relates to Dynamics 365. We explain what Microsoft Dataverse is and its uses. We are going to examine the different types of Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications that we have. We have 5 customer engagement applications, which are Dynamics for Sales, Customer Insights. We have Customer Service, Dynamics Customer Service. They actually just changed marketing. They used to have marketing. Now it's now changed to Customer Insight. We have Field Service, and we're going to check the last one in why we actually engage in this session. We're also going to understand the core capabilities of Copilot in Dynamics 365 customer engagement application. And Copilot is obviously Microsoft AI. Now that we're in the generation of AI, we should understand how AI works for us, how we can use AI effectively. A whole lot of people have the fear that AI is going to take over our jobs, which we obviously do not believe is going to happen, even if there are a whole lot of conspiracies around that. But trust me, AI is here to help us, and AI is here to help our jobs more efficiently and so. Now, we are going to describe customer relationship management and let's see what it actually tells us. Of course, now, individuals or companies receive maybe customers, and customers are supposed to buy products, which is supposed to increase revenue of the business. Now, the primary goal of commercial enterprises to attract customers, and there are different modules or there are different operations and strategies in which you are going to use to attract customers. Now, many organizations use like CRM software to assist them, right, in engaging with their customers, and these applications help customers. So, what is like customer relationship management? To understand this better, just look at or try to picture a system and strategy in which businesses use to interact with their customers and prospects. So, whether you're tracking activities or engagements, whether you need to generate leads and put them through the sales life cycle, that's just basically CRM, what customer relationship management means. And many organizations use CRM software to assist them as they engage with their customers, like I just explained. And these applications help organizations fundamentally reimagine how they engage with their customers. They help organizations create personalized marketing, sales, service experiences using data and intelligence to improve every interactions. Now, there's something critical you need to understand about Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications as they are built on Power Platform, right? We're going to be understanding more about Power Platform as we interact with as we are engaged in this journey, because this is one question that comes out in the MV-910 examinations. So, what is Power Platform, or what platform is Microsoft Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications built on? Now, MD365 customer engagement applications is categorized as a model driven application. We have the Canvas app and we have the model driven app. All those are what we are going to understand in this video. So, organizations can utilize these applications individually or together to create a powerful end to end relationship with customers. What does this line means? Automatically, we have, like I mentioned earlier, we have 5 types of D365 customer engagement applications. This is the sales, customer insight, customer service, field service, and you look for the last one as we get into the video. So organizations can decide to say, okay, we're just interested to purchase license for one particular module or one particular application, maybe customer service. Maybe they don't really do much of sales, or they have their sales handled by a separate CBA, that's the core business application, and they want to manage their customers efficiently or in an automated process or automated manner. That is where they just decide to say, okay, let's just stick to the customer service application that we need. Now, there are enterprise organizations that will just decide to say, okay, now we want these whole solutions together so we can have a more seamless interactions with our customers and prospect. And that's where, big organizations, top organizations will decide to say, let us purchase all the whole all the whole five customer engagement applications that are available. Now, while each application provides a specific solution, they share common elements that are the same regardless of the application you are using. Now, for example, common elements like accounts and contacts are being shared across all Dynamics 365 customer engagement application. Now, let me show you how the interface of maybe a sales module looks like. So I'm going to bring up my other screen where I have this application opened. So currently I'm using the trial environment for the sales, and let me just click on OK here. I think yeah. So this is how the sales application looks like. It's part of the customer engagement application by Dynamics, and a common feature between all applications and, for example, the sales is the customer data, where we have the contacts and accounts. And I'm going to be explaining what contacts and accounts are so that we don't get to mix it up, especially when we get to see questions like this in the MB-910 exam. So this is just the interface, and this is the contacts and accounts. This is the same across every application. So if your organization is using the sales, customer service, and marketing, the same data that you have for contacts and accounts is still the same data you're going to be having in across all applications majorly. Awesome. So we are going to the next module to describe what Power Platform is and how they integrate with Dynamics 365 engagement app. So for this first units that we are studying here, we understand that Dynamics 365 engagement application sits on Power Platform, and that's the engine house of Dynamics 365 applications. We also understand that there are 5 different applications under the customer engagement application, which is sales, marketing, customer insights, field service, and of course, we're going to learn the last one together. So I just wanted to focus and take the journey with me. So let's go to the next page here. Now, before we examine the different Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications that we have to understand what it's built on. I mean, there's something that is powering this particular application. And what is this? What's powering this application? And that is where Power Platform comes in. That's Microsoft Power Platform. So Dynamics 365 or D365 customer engagement applications are built on Microsoft Power Platform. And Microsoft Power Platform is Microsoft's low code or no code application development platform that is not only used by Dynamics 365 but also built on Office 365, Azure, and standalone applications. I'm going to be referencing a video of Office 365. So those of you that want to understand what is the difference between Microsoft Office 365 and Office 365 itself, they are basically two different things, right? So this combines the power of Power Platform, Power BI, Power Automate, and Power Pages all in one business application. So that is what encompasses um, Microsoft Power Platform. So on that Power Platform, we have like several segments, which is Power Automate, Power Apps, Power BI, Power Pages. Don't get confused. This is totally different from the customer engagement application. Now, Dynamics 365 customer engagement application is built on Power Platform, right? Power Platform is the engine house of Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications. Now, for Power Platform, there are different segments that combine all this together to give you Power Platform. There's Power Pages, there's Power Apps, there's Power BI, and there's Power Automate. Those four are standalone and they actually consolidate to form Power Platform. Now, this is the diagram to easily understand the Power Apps environments and the applications that make up Power Apps, Power Platform, pardon me. And we have Copilot as like the Godfather. We have Power BI, we have Power Apps, we have Power Automate, Power Pages, we have Copilot Studio, where you get to create agents that respond to maybe charts or help to resolve issues promptly, more like frontliners when it comes to providing solutions to customers. Now, the Power Platform is important in D365 customer engagement apps for different and many, many other reasons, right? First of all, Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps are what are referred to as model-driven apps. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a type of app which is called the model-driven app. And model-driven apps are built using Power Apps, basically. So they are based on data models stored within the Microsoft Dataverse. So look at the Microsoft Dataverse as a warehouse, as a database warehouse that houses every data that is used to make the engine of every of these applications actually work. So in the next unit, we're going to be covering the Dataverse, and we're going to be understanding how it's useful and what exactly this actually means. Now, there are different components such as forms, views, dashboards that are used to present data to end users or agents interacting with the Dynamics 365 engagement applications. Now, let me show you how this actually works. I mean, the views and the forms, so it's more practical, excuse me, and we're going to understand better. Now, I'm going to bring in my other browser as usual, and we're going to understand much more better. Now, so when you have your first experience with the Microsoft Dynamics application, irrespective of it being sales, customer service, or any of those, um, the first page you get on, I'm going to navigate you through, so you're going to understand what it looks like or what they mean and their different features operation. Now, on the left-hand side is where we have the sitemap, and the sitemap houses various entities or tables. So when I talk about entities, I'm talking about tables as well. Entities or tables are, look at it like a bucket that houses different kind of data sets. So in an entity, we're going to have a form, and we're going to have different fields in that particular form, right? So whenever you open an entity, so I'm going to open the contact entity or the contact table, and the first thing you're going to see there is the view. So the view is represented in rows and columns. Now let's give it some time to open up now. Now we're presented with the view, and by default, we always have the my active contact view. So if you navigate to the account entity, you'll definitely have my active account entity as the first view that pops up. Now, I mentioned earlier that views are categorized in rows and columns. And you can see here the full name is a field, which is a row, is a column. The email is also a column, and company name and business phone. So all these data are just test data. They are sample data that is given to us whenever we have access to this trial environment majorly. So that is for the views that we store in the documentation by Microsoft. Now, I'm going to be opening each of these records for us to get familiar with the fields and the forms and how the forms are being structured. Basically, all these are components that are displayed to end users, and these sets of data are stored somewhere in the database. Now, so this is how obviously a form looks like in Microsoft Dynamics 365, and we have different sections on the form. I'm going to be explaining to us later on. I'm just okay. So we have the form already. The form is structured in different ways. We have the contact information section. We have the timeline. We have the essays, who know whom, and relationship health and the like. So all these details are what we're going to be discussing much more as we get into this journey of your certification, because a whole lot of questions will come around views, forms, charts, dashboards, and the like. So I just decided to show you that as one of the content which is on the documentation. That so the components such as forms, views, charts, and dashboards are used to present data to end users, and we can already see how this presents data to end users. So model-driven applications aren't the only components of Power Platform, like Power Platform used by Dynamics 365 applications. Overall, the Power Platform components used by Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications are Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, and Power Pages, like I mentioned earlier. So when we have that question to say, okay, what are the components of Power Platform, right? It's just ideal to say we have Power BI, Power Automate, Power Pages, and Power Apps. So those are the components that make up Power Platform. So what are the components that make up Power Platform? Power BI, Power Automate, we have Power Pages and Power BI. Oh, no, Power Apps, Power Pages, Power BI, and Power Automate. So don't forget it like I just did. Majorly. So Power Apps provides like rapid low-code development. So if you just want to quickly build up something, you're going to definitely use that's from scratch. You're going to definitely use the Power Apps to actually build up low-code development. If you're looking to understand business analytics, you want to analyze data, you want to visualize data, you want to present it in form of charts, dashboards, that is where Power BI comes in, and that is where we have Dynamics 365 sales and customer service, because they both interact to present visualization of customer data to users. Now we have Power Automate that deals with automating flows and processes. So just imagine, so a typical example would be when you have your marketing guys, your marketing agents go to the field to actually scout for leads, right? We can have a Microsoft form as a link that will be sent out, or that the marketing agents can send out to the leads that they meet on the field. When these leads fill in those details on the form, it actually drops into CRM. So that saves a whole lot of time for agents to manually draft down these details of these leads, come back to the office and start imputing those data. Imagine Power Automate automating all these processes for you. Right. So that is just one of what Power Automate can actually do. Now we have Power Pages that provides like a self-support portal. Your organization can create a portal where customers can come in to log tickets regarding some particular issues that they have about a product that they got from you, or they have questions or they just want to engage with support. So we can also use Power Automate Power Pages to actually build this portal and make it more efficient for customers to have that interaction with the business. So in this particular unit, we understand what Power Platform is. We understand that it's built Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications are built on Power Platforms. We also understand the components that make up Power Platforms, which are Power Apps, Power BI, Power Automate, and Power Pages. Those four components make up the Power Platform. Now, there are several applications. Like I mentioned, there are 5 customer engagement applications that make up Microsoft Dynamics customer engagement. And this actually sits on Power Platform. It's totally different from the components of Power Platform. So I hope that is understandable for this particular unit, because these questions are going to be asked in your MB-910 exams. So let's go to the next unit, which describes Microsoft Dataverse and how it interacts with Microsoft Dynamics customer engagement application. So let's go next. Boogie, what up? Yeah, so for Microsoft Dataverse, right? So one key element in building business solutions on this platform is Microsoft Dataverse. Whatever like solution you're building on Microsoft platform, it ends on Microsoft Dataverse, because that is like the grandpa that houses all the data that we need. And Dataverse allows you to securely store and manage data using business applications. So for example, you may store all your customer data in Dataverse, and Dataverse stores all this data in tables. And a table is a set of rows and columns. I've already showed us already in the previous in my other tab how tables are and how they store data. So the customer set the contact is a table, account is a table, and these data are stored in between fields, and these are what represents a table, rows and columns. So how your data is structured um on the table is what you can actually visualize in Microsoft Dynamics. So this is the row, and this down here is the column. So this is how data is structured in a Dataverse. Now, the advantage of Dataverse is that organizations can also create custom tables. So even when you purchase the Microsoft Dynamics license for any of the modules, right, you're not just limited to using the out of the box tables, right? You have the leverage to also use custom tables as well. And of course, you would need to create those fields that exist within your system and try to import it. Now, the beautiful thing about the Dataverse is that we can integrate both your on-premise data and the cloud data together. So if you're looking at the migration process where you want to migrate your existing data, which is available on your on-premise. So by on-premise, I mean a data server that is available physically within the organization. So if you want to migrate those data into your cloud or your Dynamics application, that is very, very available as well. Now, the benefits of Dataverse includes, of course, it's easy to manage. The metadata and the data are stored both in the cloud. Is easy to secure because it's in the cloud. Microsoft is responsible for it being secure. There's enough access control and different privileges that will limit the use or access to this data. There's rich metadata, so data types and relationships are used directly within Power Apps. Logic and validation. So if you have calculated columns, business rules, workflows, business process flows, also known as BPFs, so ensure data quality and drive data business processes. We have also productivity tools like your Excel and your Teams integration. Even Copilot is part of a productivity tool as well. So in CRM, we can export a set of data as Excel, either as a static or a dynamic Excel file. Now, Dynamics 365 engagement applications such as sales, customer service, or customer insights use Dataverse to store and secure their data. So this enables you to build applications using Power Apps and Dataverse directly, right, with your core business data, which is already used within the Dynamics 365 without the use of any other integration. So as long as you have all your datas, built in Dynamics 365, you can reuse them or recycle them within all the Power Apps environments. So in this unit, we already understand what Dataverse is. We already understand the various types of Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications we have and how they relate to Dataverse by understanding that whatever data we have in customer service. It actually stores in the Dataverse. We also understand in this particular module what a table is, how a table is structured. A table is structured into rows and columns, which I already showed us previously. Also, you know, Dataverse stores data in tables, and I just broke it down for you. And we also understand the benefits of Dataverse. That is, it's easy to manage, it is secure, there's rich metadata, there's logic and validation, and easy integration with production or productive tools like Teams and Excel, and even Copilot as well. So we'll be going to the next unit, which is to describe the use case of Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications. Right. So let's go into it now. Now, so Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications majorly helps organizations fundamentally, you know, reimagine the way they engage with customers, like we understand already. And organizations can create, personalized marketing, sales and services experience that would make customers keep coming back for more. And that just shows you care for your customers. And Microsoft has already put all this in place already. Now we understand that there are five types of Dynamics customer engagement applications, and these customer engagement applications, they sit on Dataverse, right? It's powered by Power Platform. There are different components of Power Platform, but I'm not going to confuse you, so you don't get confused in this. But if you're joining us, if you're coming through on this journey, in this training guide, you will understand the components of Power Platform and how Dynamics is sitting on Power Platform itself. Now, what are the types, or what are the five types of Microsoft Dynamics customer engagement applications? Now we have customer insights journey. We have customer insights, which is segmented into customer insights journey and customer insights data. We also have the Microsoft Dynamics sales. We also have customer service, and we have project management. Now, I'm going to be breaking this down, so it's best easy to understand, and you can avoid a whole lot of content here. Basically, the idea of this training certification part or roadmap is to make you understand things more easily, especially those who are just coming into the dynamic space or transitioning into Microsoft Dynamics, into tech majorly. So customer insights journey is more like a marketing automation application that helps the business turn prospects into successful customers or build business relationships. Now, there are various features that would allow that come with these automations. For example, part of the features are event management, segmentations, marketing lists, and campaigns, just to mention a few. So we can have let's have an experience of how it looks like. And in this guide, we are going to see how to have access to the trial environment, although I'll be doing a separate video for that, so we can understand how the customer insight journey interface looks like. So I'll be opening a new browser here, and we're going to navigate to the website called trials.dynamics.com. Trials.dynamics.com. So trials.dynamics.com is the platform where you get to test the different kind of Microsoft applications that are available in the ecosystem before your organization decides to purchase the license for the particular application you're interested in. So when you go here, you're going to click on try for free here, and this is a disclaimer. If you don't have a work email, this may not work for you. So my recommendation would be to get a work email, because that is how you're going to be able to register for the test environment and have access to it. So now we can see different applications. When I clicked on trying for free, we can see different applications loading up. Now, others have loaded up. We can see the sales, customer service, contact center. We have customer insights here as well. And now let's try to have access to the customer insights so we can have a feel of how the environment looks like. So I'll click on try for free. Okay, now since we have access to our trial environment already, so this opens all the applications within the trial environment. And now we are interested in the customer journey because that is the particular customer engagement application we're actually talking about. Now, we are going to see the various features that are connected or that interact in the customer journey, the customer insight journey application, right? And like I mentioned earlier, we have segments, we have leads, we also have channels for campaigns, that is your emails and your forms and the likes. Now, so this is a beautiful question that we are asked on when we have access to the trial environment, and is asking us, what do we want to do? Do we want to start with customer insight journeys or customer insight data? Like I mentioned, so customer insight journey is a standalone customer engagement application, right? That has two segments under it, and the segments are journeys and data. That's just the difference. So the journeys is like the marketing side of things, where you get to automate your marketing experience, so you can actually and easily convert potential leads or prospects into customers finally. And for data, deals with real-time analytics and insights to understand your customers, especially having like a 360 degree around your customers, so you can best know what to push to them and make them convert or upsell to them to get more business with them basically. So I'll be opening the customer insights journey now, and just like every other dynamics environment, right, this is just the same way it looks. The only difference between the sales that I opened previously and now are just the features that we have. So the various features that are in the customer insights journey application side of things are segments. We have segments where you tend to categorize your prospects or your customers tailored to different kind of marketing campaigns. So I can just target, let's say, persons that are interested in just maybe my business sells different kinds of perfumes, and we have some set of customers who prefer different preferences. So I'm going to take three types of examples now. Let's say we have customers who, according to our metrics internally, we have customers who are very much interested in Dior as a perfume brand. And we see that there is a surge and increase in the number of customers who love Dior perfumes alone. So we can create a segment for those people to make them understand, to make our own business understand that this particular segment is just for customers who love Dior. So any new edition of Dior that comes out, or any new type of Dior perfume that comes out, or any Dior promotions or campaign, we can easily target those particular sets of segments. And also for Gucci, for example, if you have customers who are interested in just Gucci alone, you create a segment for those particular customers and target them towards what they're interested in, basically just Gucci perfumes. So that is how the segments work. So segments, lead, content center, channels, forms, push notifications are just channels for campaigns. So you are creating a campaign, you can either choose to create an email blast campaign, or just create a form, which is in form of a link that will be sent via an email, and you have customers filling these forms, or you have prospects filling these forms, and then the leads drop in there. So that's just me showing you what customer insight journey majorly looks like. So we're going to go back to the documentation on MS, and now we're going to be talking about so an overview of the customer insight journey is powered by Microsoft Power Platform, as mentioned earlier, and provides customer with the ability to analyze, target, and engage with their customers majorly. I think is better put, and provides companies or organizations with the ability to analyze and target and engage with their customers. So that is just the journey side of things for customer insight. Now, when we have customer insights data, so this helps us to get like deeper understanding of our customers, where we get to have real-time insight, behavioral analytics, transitional analytics, observational analytics, and sources. So we majorly have like a 360-degree view of this customer. If you have, of course, when you have access or when you purchase the customer insights data license, right, you would have access to um the social media of your customers, maybe LinkedIn, for example, on Twitter. It depends on all the connections that you need and all the fields that you get to capture from this particular customer. So majorly you're going to be having a customer profile that gives you like a 360-degree of what exactly this customer is into, what exactly the customer likes. So it gives the business precise decision on whatever they want to offer this potential customer. Now we have Dynamics 365 Sales as the second customer engagement application, and majorly this empowers businesses to close deals faster when dealing with potential customers. Now, digital selling tools helps sellers better understand which customer and sales opportunity they should be focusing on. So it provides every seller in your organization the capacity to analyze, act, and automate digital selling across all your organizations, right? So the sales application is available in several um functionalities, or has several functionalities and licenses. We have the sales professional, we have the sales enterprise, and we have the sales premium. So all these are according to your budget and according to your company size majorly. So if you have a large company and as an enterprise organization, it will be best to go for the sales premium, because you'll be having access to more features that are that more powerful AI capabilities, majorly with woven thoughts. So even before you think of taking an action, this particular AI, which is Copilot, right, would help you access to or give you woven thoughts towards your targeted customers. So this could actually come out in your MB-910 exam. So what are the types of sales licenses that are available? It's definitely the sales professional, the sales enterprise, and the sales premium. So we should understand that. Now we have another customer engagement application, which is the customer service. Majorly empowers your support staff to provide swift assistance to your customers. I have the custom. So part of the features that we have in customer service are your case, your knowledge articles. We also have the timeline feature as well. So let me just briefly explain. So cases in Dynamics CRM are also known as incidents, and can also be communicated as um tickets also. Pardon me. Now for tickets, it just means that there is a portal where customers come to lodge complaints, and this could be integrated with your website. It could be maybe email to case. So let's say your business just has the customer service application, for example. We have a feature called the ARC, which is called the automatic record creation in Microsoft Dynamics customer service module, customer service application. Anytime your customers send you an email regarding inquiries, regarding complaints, this automatically creates a case or creates an incident, excuse me, in your system, your customer service application system. So basically, it provides you with everything needed to manage the complete end-to-end life cycle support requested by your customers. So from initial case creation and management to developing knowledge management solutions. That's when knowledge articles comes in. Excuse me. So for knowledge articles, this actually provides you like sweet solutions to reoccurring problems or inquiries that your customers make. Now, a typical example with this, when a customer sends a request or makes a complaint, and according to your business process, there's maybe a script that you need to send to your customer to resolve that issue, or maybe this is a recurring issues and a lot of customers are complaining about this particular issue. And a knowledge article can be a knowledge base, or a knowledge article can be created for issues like that, so that whenever your support agents see this particular request or complaints from this customer, they will just easily go to the knowledge base or the knowledge article, select the topic or that knowledge article, and it's automatically sent. It's pasted as an email to the customer, and that will be sent. That saves your support staffs enough time, right, to ensure that customers' issues are handled properly, quickly, and more efficiently. Now, the third customer engagement application we are going to be discussing in this unit is the Microsoft Dynamics Field Service, right? And this is one very complicated customer engagement solution, because I've interacted with it, and trust me, it's not friendly at all, especially when it comes to schedule boards, creating work orders, right? It's really really crazy if you ask me. But then again, don't let me buy down the mindset. You don't have to master all these, you know, customer engagement applications at once, right? We have to take it in bits. As for me, I started as a customer support engineer with Microsoft, and after that, I transitioned into being a solution architect. No, I started as, yes, a support, then I transitioned into being a consultant, then a senior consultant, and now I'm looking at the solution architect side of things, right? So you have to take it in bits. And I didn't even start with all the application at once. I think I started with customer service. Now, from customer service, I went into sales. Then I went into omnichannel. I went into customer insights. Then I just recently started like field service, and this is me having like 5 years of experience in dealing with Microsoft Dynamics customer engagement applications majorly. So let's talk about field service, and let me just remove that fear from you. Basically, so the customer field service provides organizations with the tools necessary to deliver on-site services to their customers and manage mobile workforce. So an example would be the logistics company, right? For logistics companies, they have riders on site. They have riders in real time going out, or logistics company that deals with maybe cargoes, that deals with truck deliveries and the likes. You can create work orders in real time. So work orders are part of the features that are in field service, because it can be asked of some kind of features in most of these applications that I've been mentioning. Thank you so much. Now, work orders are part of the features. Scheduling and dispatch technicians are part of features as well. So with field service, you can also execute work orders, manage and service assist, manage inventory and billing, all in one particular solution. So if you feel this is your line of thoughts, maybe you're a logistics person or you're into holidays and stuff, I think this is a very good application you should look into. And you should watch out for my next video, which is going to be talking about how to transition into tech and the type of Microsoft solution you should actually focus on if you want to transition into tech. Now, I'll be making that video just to make it more easy for us to understand what application you should start with first before you get into other customer engagement applications. Now, for project operations, it helps base project operations connect sales, staffing, and resourcing. So if your core is, or if your passion is to be a project manager, the project operations application is something you can start with, right? And also helps with project management and financing teams in a single application. Now, this particular application helps accelerate project delivery and maximum profitability. I've not interacted with the project operations application before, but since it's a Microsoft product, trust me, it's not going to be something difficult to learn, number one, and it's going to even make you or give you an edge over every other persons in the job market. Trust me, if you have a if you know a Microsoft technology, honestly, you are going to have an edge over a lot of people. And the good thing about on this knowing the Microsoft technology is it gives you the gateway to remote jobs, remote gigs, even relocation gigs. Recently, I had a friend who just relocated to, he got an offer to relocate to Poland, and this person just knows Microsoft technologies, right? So those are the kind of offers you get. For me, I have a remote job. I work remotely, supporting Microsoft technologies as well. So those are the benefits and the perks that comes with knowing the kind of tools to learn and how to transition into tech. So you should watch out for the next video, how to transition into tech. It's going to be really encouraging, exciting, and very enjoyable. Now, for project operations, we have the project-based selling, right? So organizations who sells projects can manage every aspect of their project selling, right? While even still maintaining the sales life cycle length. They also have project management, project resource management. So project management and project resource management are two different things. Excuse me, are two different things. So these three are core features that come with project operations. So when used alone, each application empowers organizations to manage their daily aspects related to that item. So, what it means is when you use each or any of these applications, that is the sales, customer insights, project management, customer service, any of those applications, it's actually tailored to manage daily aspects that are related to that. So, if it's sales, your company is just using that particular sales application is going to take care of everything from the sales life cycle to landing them as a customer majorly. Now, for example, Dynamics 365 sales help you take control of managing and automating the tasks related to your sales life cycle. So if you don't know the sales life cycle, I have a video on YouTube in my channel as well for sales life cycle. And that'll be interesting for you. And that's the sales life cycle majorly just means from the lead to a customer. So when you get to lead, qualifying that lead to an opportunity, after the lead is an opportunity, sending the quotes and products to this opportunity, then going to the invoicing stage, and finally fulfilling that order for the customer majorly. However, when combined with Dynamics customer service, you have a solution. So when you have dynamic sales and dynamics customer service, you have a solution which is awesome for the business, because after you've sold a product or a service to a customer, the next thing you should expect is for these customers to come for maybe help, assistance, or complaints, or even make inquiries. And that is where the customer service side of things, come in. Now, so that's going to be for it for this particular module or this particular unit. In the next unit, we're going to be describing the capabilities of Copilot. Copilot is Microsoft AI in the Dynamics customer engagement application. And now, we're in the units of describing the capabilities of Copilot in Dynamics 365 engagement applications majorly. So artificial intelligence, that's AI, is changing, the way companies do business. It's changing the world majorly. And a lot of people have the fear that AI is going to take over our businesses or our jobs, which I don't subscribe to. AI is here to make everything more easy, powerful, and give you precise answers and analytics into what you can't even imagine. Now, not only can it provide organizations with important insights, but also helps in streamlining how individuals do their work, right? So, Microsoft Copilot uses AI to allow individuals communicate their needs using natural language. That's why I so love Copilot. Using natural language, excuse me, and provide them with relevant assistance based on the details they provide. So whatever you need regarding the customer engagement applications you're using, Microsoft is there to provide you all this assistance based on the prompt that you feed it. And Copilot can be used throughout Dynamics customer engagement applications, right? Copilot helps users easily retrieve information about their customers, streamline things such as data entry and tax completion. One very fun feature of Copilot that I love so much is how it easily helps to draft emails so fast, so precisely in different tones. So When I open up an email and I want to respond to my customer, so based on the historical analysis that has transpired between I and my customer or the person I'm discussing with, Copilot to just draft out an email in different tones that I choose. So I can say I want a very harsh tone, I want a very professional tone, I want a very soft tone or sarcastic tone, and Copilot will do that for me. Now, Copilot for sales. Let's talk about Copilot for sales. Now, Copilot for sales is an AI assist designed for sellers, right, to maximize productivity. Now, these are questions that will definitely come out in your MB-910 exam. Now, I close modules faster. So it brings next generation AI and sales insights from their CRM platform into the Microsoft Office 365 productivity tools that they use daily, like Outlook, Teams, and Word. So everything you do within your Outlook, Teams, and Word, Copilot has access to it because it's still sitting on Dynamics and even Office 365. And every interaction that's happened between your customer and the agent, right, is going to be easily drafted down, either as an email or a summary of what has transpired historically or currently in real time. Now, sellers can work more efficiently and improve customer experience with email assist. Like I mentioned, that's my favorite and fun used feature for Copilot. Personalized email content creation, AI generated insights, and recommended recommendations for next steps majorly. So sales managers can empower their team with AI powered manager insights and collaboration tools. Now, Copilot for sales can also be customized according to your business needs. Copilot for sales integrates seamlessly with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales and Salesforce Sales Cloud, and can be configured to connect with other sales applications. So it's not just limited to connecting with Microsoft. Copilots can also be integrated with other, sales solutions that we have. Now, another very useful feature is record summarization. Now, Copilots can summarize all the details that's happened between you and the customer and provide a quick summary of your opportunity and your leads records majorly. So sales are generated from the fields in the default opportunity or leads view. As users start typing the opportunity or lead name using the @ symbol, Copilot suggests records that match your search. Select the records which you want the summary, and the following screenshots below here, as you can see, is what we have. Now, I'm going to be showing you, let me open my sales environment for you and how we can understand how Copilot works. So I have this here. I think my trial for sales is going to be ending maybe in some days time, but you can always open more and more trial environments just like so. Okay, let me just go to environments here. So I have my sales trial here. Pardon my internet, it's just yeah, it's really slow, I know. Now we have access to the sales trial environment. Don't forget it's a trial. So you can see sales trial here at the top. And we want to interact with Copilot. So there are various ways you can interact with Copilot in your environment. One of the ways is, so on the right hand side, you can see Copilot. This is the icon for Copilot. So when you click on this here, you are going to have the view or the Copilot panel. Now, welcome to Copilot. Suggest one suggestion below to get started. Now, let me just ask Copilot this. Get me the info of the latest news for my account. So my account is customer part of things. So let me just ask it. Working on it. So these are just default prompts that Microsoft has already added to Copilot. So of course, Copilot understands natural language. So even if I'm going to say, okay, now yes, okay, here are some news on my top accounts, blah blah blah. Okay, now get me the most leads to convert to sales in my account, in my record, sales in my record. So let's see the prompt this is going to give us now. See, yeah, I mean, now let's see what Copilot is going to tell us now. And the beautiful thing about Copilot now that Microsoft has done is every organization has the flexibility to create their own Copilot agent. So you're going to be training those agents based on the sets of data that are available in your environment. And trust me, it's a very, very interesting journey. So while that is loading, I'm going to be opening the lead table. Excuse me, I'm going to be opening the leads table, and I'm going to be showing us how Copilot can easily draft us an email, and also modifying the tones and how that comes with it. So this is a record I opened myself, I created myself, and let's see. I don't know why this is delaying, but we can modify the prompt. Maybe it's taking some time. This is a trial environment, so we should expect stuff like this. But if it's a purchased environment licensed, it's definitely going to be slow this way. Now, I want to send an email to this particular customer record, and I'm going to be doing that from the timeline. Oh, so it's getting leads info now. So we're going to see the data that are going to populate there. Okay, so we have here. Okay, so here is a lead summary for this lead I opened. Its rating is 1. The source is employee referral. So somebody within the business referred this particular company, referred this particular lead. If you want to check more details, we have more details here. So the customer is interested in purchasing land, blah blah blah. So these are those key infos that Copilot could give us. Now, so I want to now on the timeline we can see highlights here, and this is to show us how Copilot summarizes every of the engagements that's happened between a salesperson and this lead. So let's check it out now. So we can see the summarize feature of Copilot is trying to summarize everything that's happened on the timeline between the salesperson and the lead. So okay, a meeting, blah blah blah, and that's how it just works. So let's explore the feature of email for Copilot. Let's see how Copilot can help us draft down emails. Oh, I have 25 days left for my free trial. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. So now we've come to, so we understand email assist. So Copilot can also help us compose professional looking emails, as mentioned earlier, response to emails, and get email follow up reminders majorly. So you shouldn't be disturbed about, oh, I missed a particular email I'm supposed to follow up with the customer. You're going to be getting notifications which can be configured in the system. And as mentioned earlier, Copilot uses natural language processing algorithm to help, create emails. Now, you can simply describe the email you want to create a Copilot, and it generates a draft email. So this draft email can be edited and, before sending to the customer. Now, for that is for sales, right? Now we're talking about Copilot for customer service. Now, in support scenarios, right, the faster you identify the appropriate information about a case, it's always easy to respond to the customer's issue. Customers are always keen on swift and precise response. I've worked in the customer service space before, and trust me, you don't want to be on the bad side of the customer when you respond late to the customer. So Copilot in Dynamics 365 customer service helps organizations more efficiently summarize data. Now, there are two primary elements related to this summary feature that Copilot provides. We have case summary, where Copilot helps the support agent quickly understand the context of the case and resolve the customer's issue efficiently. Now, the case summary includes key features such as the case title, the case subject, the product, the priority of the case type, and the description. So all these are fields that are in the customer service app. Now, there's a summary conversation where Copilot summarizes every conversation and provides more context and relays the next steps or steps that you have already taken to resolve the issue. And this is tracked from the timeline. So from the timeline, every engagement activity that's happened between you and the customer, Copilots can, summarize all and provide you more context. So you can summarize chat and transcribe voice conversations, just as seen in this box below. Now, for service, many organizations, their service centers utilize like a whole lot of multiple applications and data sources, right, to provide support for their customers. Now, with Copilot for service, this is a standalone product. Now, we should understand that. Now, it could come up in your MB-910 exams. I mean, so is Copilot for service a standalone product or is it associated with other applications? So we should understand that Copilot for service is a standalone product that provides organizations with the ability to connect all their data, including CRM, contact center, and other sources forward by powered conversations, without needing to replace the existing solution. Now, out of the box integrations with services such as Salesforce, ServiceNow, and Zendesk not only lets you leverage that information in generative answers, but you also deploy tools, applications that your agents use every day. So, it's Copilot, it's AI, it's everywhere. And that is how AI helps making life easy, saving time so we can channel that energy into something else. Now, for field service, the initial release of Copilot in field service focuses on simplifying work order creations. You cannot easily tell Copilot to, create a particular work order for you. But then again, organizations that use field service app for Outlook can easily create work orders directly from incoming emails. So let's say they have a request from a customer and the customer requested that, okay, we need an agent on site to maybe a technician to check out our coffee machine or a photocopy machine. When you're receiving that email, automatically you can just create a work order for that. So Copilot considers informations in emails such as who is it from and who is the customer sending to. And let me just break this down for you. In your email, Copilot just looks at those two fields, the to field and the from field. So the to field is to the customer. So the to field is the from field is from the service agent and the to field is to the customer, basically. So Copilot focuses on who is it from, who is that email from, and what is the customer requesting. So Copilot configures field service data and populates a suggestion for the field service work order records. Now, users can either accept the suggestion, so it's not compulsory, and create the work order automatically from your email. So when Copilot understands this and gives you this prompt, this suggestion to create this work order based on the context of the email, you as the user, you can decide to create that work order, accept that suggestion, create the work order. Best just modify the data and then create the work order yourself. Either ways, Copilot is there to suggest and reduce the amount of time it takes to enter work orders in the system from the schedule board. And here is a description. I don't have access to the trial environment for field service. I tried creating, but I've been getting errors and I've tried reaching out to Microsoft support, so I'm waiting for them to help me fix that. Now for customer insights journeys, right? Copilots can, for instance, help create customer journeys. Now, an organization might want to create a welcome journey for people who recently joined their organization's loyalty program. Copilots can help construct all these. Now, with Copilot journeys, you can describe the journey you want to create or select from different examples. So there's a preset that is available whenever you want to use Copilot to create these customer journeys. And it's up to you to accept the suggestion and tell Copilot to modify anything you want to. Now, Copilot processes the prompt and responds to the journey suggestions that include automatically detected segments and each segment's subsequential steps clearly, majorly. Now let's go to the next module, which is to navigate to within the customer engagement applications. Let's go into the labs. So let's go into the module assessment. right? And let's see if we gain something. So this is the knowledge check. How does Power Platform relate to Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps? Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps are built on Power Platform. The Power Platform is a separate product that isn't integrated with Dynamics 365. The Power Platform is a replacement of Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps. Like we all know right now that Dynamics 365 customer engagement platforms are built on Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps are built on Power Platform. So this is the answer for this. Excuse me. Okay. Now, a construction company needs to manage selling and quoting of construction jobs. Which of the following Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps would best meet their needs? This is very tricky. Now, a construction company needs to manage the selling and quoting of construction jobs. Which of the following Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps would best meet their needs? Is it project operations? Is it 365 sales? Is it customer service? Now, it's not customer service because they're not supporting anybody here. So there are three keywords here that are very tricky. Selling and quoting, manage also. Now, why are this confusing? For managing, that's where project operations comes in, where you tend to manage projects for companies and how they carry out their task majorly. And for sales and quoting, um, for selling and quoting, sales is there because in Dynamics sales application, when you get a lead and that lead is an opportunity, right? That particular opportunity, if it's an interested person, if it's a one opportunity, you then have to issue a quote before issuing an invoice and going through the sales life cycle majorly. But now the company needs to manage this. So this is an operation, not exactly what they want to do. So I think I'll go with project operations. Now, what is the main purpose of Copilot in Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications? Now, it provides assistance in creating social media posts. It provides real-time assistance to resolve issues faster, handle cases more efficiently, and automate consuming tasks. It enables users to retrieve information about their competitors. I'll go with the second option because, of course, Copilot doesn't assist in creating social media posts. It doesn't have access to your social media, so there's no way it can create social media posts for you. Of course, real-time assistance in resolving issues faster. Whenever a case is raised and Copilot already identifies, okay, this case is raised, this is the customer's concern. These are the suggestions and the best ways to actually resolve this customer's issue. Yes, I'll choose that. Enables users to retrieve information about their competitors. No. So let's show answers and let's see if you're right. All correct. So that's great. So these are just part of the questions that you're going to be seeing, or similarities of the questions you're going to be seeing in your MB-910 examination. And of course, this is just one module. We're going to be breaking this down into the different modules until we get to the certification stage. So now let's check the summary and if there are extra resources available for us to upskill faster. So when you click on next, so in this module, we've learned about what CRM is, the impact of CRM in businesses, how CRM involves attracting and maintaining, strong relationships between customers throughout customer engagement. We understand the various type of applications. We have also learned about Microsoft Power Platform, that is the engine house of Dynamics 365 customer engagement applications, right? And it's the foundation. Now, Power Platform has different components, which is Power BI, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents inclusive, and Power Apps, right? Power Pages too is there as well in one platform. That is why it's called a Power Platform. Now, Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps are model-driven applications built using Power Apps and using other Power Platform components like Power BI, Power Automate, PVA, and Power Pages. Now, another thing we learned in this module is to understand what databases are, as is a key element for Dynamics 365 customer engagement application, right? For securely storing data and managing data across platforms, and is used by all these customer engagement applications. So Dataverse allows organizations to create custom tables specific to their needs and provides benefits like easy management, security, rich metadata, logic and validation, and productivity tools. So lastly, we explore the different use cases of Dynamics 365 customer engagement apps. And these apps include Dynamics 365 customer insight journeys. We also have the customer service, we have the field service, we have project management, and we have project operations rather, and we have the Dynamics 365 sales. Please note that each app serves a specific purpose but share common elements, and common elements like tables, like accounts and contacts, right, which are customer data, where the data sets of customers are stored majorly. So Dynamics 365 sales helps manage the sales lifecycle, while customer service helps manage the customer support side of things. And combining those two, you have a complete solution for customer relationship majorly. So these are everything we've learned in the modules. And if you want to understand more about Microsoft Business Applications and official websites to the Dynamics 365 community and YouTube channel, of course, you can easily get all those assets here. And we're going to be drawing the curtains down in this particular module. And it's great exploring the core capabilities of Microsoft Dynamics customer engagement applications. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we journey into your MB-910 certification series. Ciao.